Today, we're going to focus on trying to get it to idle better. We're probably going to spend a little time working on the clutch as well. So the first thing we got to do is figure out the fuel pump, and then we're going to do some repairs on the butterfly for the carburetor. The fuel pump, we don't know if it's good, we don't know if the wiring is good or if the relay is good. So we're going to crawl through the wiring a bit today and see if we can figure out if the wiring is okay and the relays are all right. And then we potentially will get to the fuel pump itself and see if the fuel pump's good. Yeah, we're going to try also to pull the clutch line out and make sure it's not blocked up with anything. We're probably going to pull the master cylinder for the clutch out as well and see if we can figure out if it's doing okay as well. All right, our fuel pump has a relay up here somewhere that has an orange wire, a red wire, a tan wire, a black wire, and a green wire. I think this is our fuel pump relay here. And it's going to be kind of hard to really fully test it properly, but we're going to do what we got to do. The orange wire is supposed to be hot when the key is on. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to go get a test light. All right, the key is not on. We're going to check and see if we have power anywhere. We should not. We do. We have power on the orange at all times. That's concerning. Okay, all right, let's look and see now if we have ground. That black wire goes straight to ground. Green wire goes to ground. That red wire, I think, is a signal wire. And that tan wire has a weak ground. Let's go pop the trunk and look at the actual fuel pump and see if I got it plugged in or not. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. You're a blue one. Where is... There's the fuel pump. Oh yeah, our connector is not connected. We got 3 wires. We got a tan, a red, and a black. I'm pretty sure the tan one is the one for the actual motor. I'm gonna have to pause the video and look at my diagram again. Looks like the tan one is the one that's supposed to be hot all the way back here to the pump. I'm guessing that maybe this purple or this black is the signal wire for the level sensor. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump the relay with the jumper up there at the engine bay, and then because that's the orange wire has got power all the time, so we're going to jump that to the tan one, and then we're going to come back here and see if we've got power at that end, or power there rather. Then we know that we've got enough to potentially run this pump. Let's get power back here first, and then we can get ground back here after we get power back. We're going to check and make sure that we for sure don't have any power going on this tan wire. We have a weak ground. So that's not ideal. Could potentially light on fire rather quickly. Did not light on fire. All right, we take our test light back to the back and make sure we got power back there. We're back over here. Need to find a good ground. It's going to be kind of hard to test because we don't really have a different power source back here. It's just, this car is made out of plastic and just garbage. Look, an Allen key. A random screw. Let's see if that does it. Oh, we gotta get around the other side there. Hey, we got power. Okay. Now we have power. So let's... I don't know the best way to reach that thing. It's kind of annoying to reach. I have to fight you for space over here. Okay. We've got power on that. So maybe we try to see if we can have... If we've got ground here. That's got ground and that's got power. I bet you this fuel pump runs if we plug it in. So we do have ground. I'll show you this connector real quick. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with here. This right here is the connector on the car side that the fuel pump plugs into. It's actually supposed to be mounted to like a bulkhead fitting here. Whoever owned the car last decided to cut some holes in it, which is not ideal, but it does make it easier for us. So we've got power on this pin here, and we've got ground on this pin here. I think the middle pin is just for the fuel level sensor. So that's exciting. And then we need to figure out, if we've got a pump that works. So we're gonna clean these wires up right here where they're broken and probably just twist them together for now. And then we'll see if that's enough to have a working fuel pump. Oh, drop those things. Got just barely enough wire here to be able to actually do a real wiring repair if we needed to. If the pump doesn't work, then it doesn't matter because this whole pigtail comes with the new pump. So, cut it off there, get some good clean copper. Now, if this pump kicks on, it's not necessarily game over. Like, we didn't necessarily just win because we still have the relay bypassed. So we may have to figure out the control method on the relay there. Okay. Those did not hook together like I wanted them to. Okay. All right, they're hooked together now. So assuming that everything's good, we plug this plug in and the pump starts making noise. If everything's good. It makes noise. It makes noise. That's actually, I think, really good. I think what we're going to do now is put some fuel in it and see if it actually moves fuel. If it doesn't move fuel, we have to actually get parts. But if it moves fuel, then we're well on our way at that point. Yeah, I spilled there.
What's in the front?
Your butt. Now we're going to plug this fuel pump back in and see if we get any fuel out of the lines here. Seems like no. I mean, the pump's definitely running. Are we running it backwards maybe somehow? Alright, well let's knock this lock ring loose then and see if we've actually got fuel where we can actually reach it. Or if maybe it's all just sloshed to the front of the tank or something. Okay.
Does the old car have speakers in it?
Pickup sock is wet, so it's definitely holding something. I wonder if that hose has a hole in it or something right there. Take that to the bench and see if we can reseal that. These hose clamps here have seen better days. I'm fairly confident that level sensor doesn't work anymore. Okay, we got that thing off. Pretty dry rotted. I don't see any holes in it though.
That's because the car was so small.
Maybe that line is just clogged. get some shop air and see if we can blow through it. It blows. They're not blocked up. It's the wrong size line, seems like. It's always good. That's what you want. Is the pickup sock just like plugged? Well, the pump doesn't look like it's in really bad shape. This pickup sock is destroyed. I kind of just want to rip it off, honestly. Alright, we could, in theory, get a replacement pickup sock. If this pump is actually any good, we could theoretically do that. I don't know if we'll ever be able to find one, but the option is potentially there. Could also, in theory, just replace just this pump. So we know pretty much everything else works. I mean, the wiring is really all that it needs. But we know the hanger fits and the pump works. Well, the pump gets power. So the wiring and the hanger are good enough to reuse. It might be cheaper to do that than to get the whole hanger assembly. I don't really know yet. I'm going to clean up this wire here. And I'm just going to butt connect them together. We might as well just permanently fix it. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's show you what we fixed. First fix we did is down here. We replaced that hose. We did reuse the hose clamps, but we replaced this section of mangled hose that I don't know if it was any good or not. A nice new section of hose. And then we finally fixed this. So instead of twisting them together, we actually did the proper heat shrink and crimp fitting. So we're going to go throw it back in the tank, not fully, but just set. Oh, we also took off this sock, which I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance it was completely plugged up. It is not in good shape. So we're going to go dip this back in the tank. Actually, we're going to check down in there first and see if it's like actually got fuel where this would sit. And then we'll dip it back in, plug it back in, and see if it actually pumps. So we'll go over there now. Okay, you can't see anything. There's definitely fuel in there. So it should be picking up fuel. We're going to set this thing in there and see if we can get it to pump. I might just plug it in first and see if it's like sucking at all. I don't know if that'll actually work or not, but we'll give it a shot and see. Oh. Right, yeah, it's not going to suck air. So I think the pump is plugged up. Yeah, this pump's shot. Not really too surprised by that. Fuel pump cover back on here. It's definitely fighting me a little bit. Oh, I came out of that one. That's okay. Nothing's getting in there for now. All right, that's done. Let's see if that fuel pump relay works. So we definitely know we need a fuel pump. We can get probably just the pump. I don't think we need to get the whole hanger assembly. We can get the whole hanger assembly. It might be nicer. Better chance of actually having a level sensor that works. So we'll look at prices and we'll decide from there. We can pull this jumper out. I don't know if this relay is any good. Doesn't look melted, so we'll give it a shot. Right, we need to look and see. I need the wiring diagram again, I think. So back on this connector here, this black white here is just grounded all the time. So we'll check and make sure we got ground there. I'm pretty sure we do. I think we checked that before. And then this green wire here will get power from the PCM. And so then that'll send power to the tan wire here. Now the red and the orange should be keyed ignition, and the red should be like an oil pump safety switch or something like that. So there might be some weirdness with that. I don't know exactly how that works. Let's check and see what we have for outputs first. All right, that's ground. We got good ground there. That's a good sign. Okay, the orange one has power. The red one does not. We need the green one to have power for it to actually power the relay, which we may not even need, to be honest. Okay, we got the key on. Green does not have any power. All right, we got our makeshift jumpers here. Set my relay down. Hook this one on the ground side. Hook this one on the power side. Hook this thing on that leg of the relay. And touch this one to the other and see what happens. Okay, the relay clicks. Now we're going to try to like 7-finger the multimeter in there and see if it'll actually read the other way. This is going to be almost impossible to do and even harder to film. Okay, the relay works. Essentially what we did is we just jumped ground to this and power to this, and then tested to see if we got continuity from here to here. This is the orange pin, this is the tan pin, this is the red pin, and these two don't actually matter what's what as long as one's power and one's ground. So the relay works. We just need to figure out what the PCM needs in order to power the relay. Okay. Plug this fuel pump in. Maybe. Yeah, it's plugged in, I guess. I think maybe. It's really hard to tell. It does not want to plug in. It's plugged in. Now let's see if we can hear the fuel pump running as we crank it. It's not running.
Last time we tried to bleed the clutch hydraulics, didn't work out so well. We couldn't really figure out what was going on with it. It just wouldn't get any fluid down to the slave cylinder at all. So this time we pulled the slave cylinder back out. We pulled the master cylinder out, pulled the lines out, pulled the reservoir out, basically took the whole system out of the car. We ended up mounting the master cylinder to the vise and did some bench bleeding. Turns out it does actually function like it should. Everything seems fine there. We did some more looking at the lines and figured out that they weren't actually clogged at all. And we eventually found the O-ring that was supposed to go in the slave cylinder that was just missing. So back under the dashboard, we had to go and reinstall everything. And it was not very fun. And there was lots of cussing and lots of pain. But we got it installed. And we spent some more time bleeding it. There were ladders involved. There was rain involved. But eventually, we got it bled somewhat well enough. And the rest is history.
All the way down. Put it all the way down, hold it down.
I have no feet. I only have a head. I don't draw that car.
Put it in neutral again. You should, but I don't think it works. So put the clutch all the way down. Put it in second. Oh, you might be good. Let the clutch out. Oh, put the clutch in. Hell yeah. Put it in first. Put it in first. There's a little bit of drag there, but not terrible.
Now that our clutch works, we're moving back to the rear of the car to install our new fuel pump to replace the one that's currently full of varnish.
All right. Pull the fuel pump back out again. Unplug it also. It's unplugged. And you probably can't see any of this, but it's okay. Fuel pump is out. Take the tank seal with us. And we'll go over to the bench. Probably time to clean the toolbox again. And I think maybe we'll maybe tape up this harness a little bit better as well while it's here. All right, fuel pump came off. I mean, it definitely sort of tried to pick up fuel. It's just full of shit. I've got some really small hose there. I'm not sure what that is actually for. Some bigger hose, some butt connectors, a different plug connector there. We'll see if we need that. This should plug right in. It does. All right, so we don't need a different connector at all. Just Jam that up in there. Put this little rubber piece in. Little insulator type thing. Okay. And we should be pretty much set. Tighten this hose clamp down. And I think I may end up actually zip tying the pump to the hanger so it doesn't wobble around like crazy. I don't know if it'll make a difference or not, but I'd rather do it. Pull this tag off. Wow, it's really wrapped all the way around the wires too. That's crazy. I don't like how jagged those edges are. I don't really know what I can do to fix that. Now, that's not what that part of the file is used for, or is supposed to be used for. It works pretty well. So we're going to replace the tank seal with whichever one of these is the right size, if either one is the right size. Put the okay. Fuck. So it's the littler tank seal. It could be hard to get over that. Maybe we'll try and see if we can finagle it on. We can indeed. Good deal. Okay. Hitting on there. What's going on? Do we need to turn the strainer a little bit, maybe? Let's see if that makes a difference. It did, in fact, make the difference. Okay. Set on there. This lock ring in the right spot. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell you what, that tank seal is fat. Alright. That's going nowhere. Just listen and tell me if you hear the fuel pump running, okay?
Heard it.
Yeah. Did a bunch of fuel come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. It shot fuel out.
Did?
It did. It did indeed.
Oh, I smell it.
Mm-hmm. So now we need to get some fuel line and connect those two lines together with some little hose and some hose clamps. That hurt. That's probably going to bleed. Now we got our two fuel lines here. Need to figure out which one actually makes fuel, because one of these is a return line and one of them's not. So we're going to go adjust you a little bit right here, and then we're going to go and cycle the key again. Also, I got to check and see if I even have the lines. I think these are the lines here. Alright, so we've got our two lines here. We're probably just going to cut them off and just use the ends of them here. I just use rubber line. I'm not real sure. We have a pressure regulator. I don't know exactly where to put it, but we'll have to find a spot for it somewhere. And ideally, it should be close to the carburetor, but I don't know if we're really going to do that or not. We're going to actually take this apart a little bit on the bench. Can't even see the part I'm looking at. Right here, these are the two fittings we need. We're going to pull that nut out, probably destroy it, and take them out of this here. We're probably going to cut them off here. We need the threaded portion here just to fit into the threaded portion of these lines on this end. And then we'll probably clean it up with a file. We ought to flare it. I don't have a flaring tool that works. And then we will run it to a regulator somewhere in the fender over here. And then we will run the feed line to the actual pump over there and run the return line just back to the other line here. There's not a 1/4 inch. How would the 8 not fit then? The 7 fit? 7 fits. Seems like it's coming apart. All right, there we go. Now we've got our lines. Not the greatest, but I think it's going to be good enough. I might hit it with a file a little bit. Oh, great. It has 0 fittings. Oh, it has 1 fitting. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that's really loose. So we don't really have 3 fittings that fit. Okay.
Maybe early.
I didn't see it just now. Probably come.
I found it.
My hoarding ways have paid off once again. Okay, that's on there. Chances of these leaking is definitely non-zero. All right. I think we're going to have to do some wiring to make the fuel pump work. But we're also going to have to take apart the carburetor a little bit. I need to fix those butterflies. I'd rather do that before I fill the float bowls again. Yep, a 19. And we can clock this a little bit. Loosen it up. There we go. That should be good. All right. Yeah. Not really sure where to put that pressure regulator. I want to put it here somewhere, but I don't know where. It's a random section of split loom sitting here. Okay. Next step, we're going to pull the carburetor off and fix those butterflies. So here goes carburetor removal. Actually, we're going to clean the toolbox first. Alright, now we pull the carburetor off. Wow, got that thing tight. Fuck. God damn. I did not.
Oh, sneaky fluid, that's right.
We're gonna try to drain ye old carburetor out. Actually, we don't have to. I don't think so. I think we could just flip it over. It'll drain out the vents a little bit. It'll be okay. All right, we gotta pull these off. Maybe we. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, because the screws come out from the other side. Okay. We get our little Phillips head. Oh.
What?
Maybe we don't have to do this at all. There's a massive vacuum leak right there. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna take it apart and fix it the right way.
We get there.
Oh, there's a big port right here. It's supposed to provide vacuum for the brake booster.
And it broke?
No, it's just there's no brake booster hooked up to it. It's not seem to want to come out.
Does your thumb still hurt?
No, I'm just trying not to get anything in it. All right, we're gonna grind this down a little bit so it'll take a weld. And we're just gonna weld up those two spots and then grind them flat again. It's definitely the wrong thing to do, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, I just made a really big hole. And it's probably not flat anymore either. Fuck. Well, I can't see through it. Seems pretty flat. Call it good. One piece of slag right there I got off with a file, but that's not bad. That's not terrible.
Down.
There you go. That one came out decent as well. So I'll bolt them back in and see how we do. All right, we got them back in. They open and close just fine. We also found this massive vacuum port back here for like a brake booster that's been unplugged. So we're going to plug that. This was probably the main issue, not these, but whatever, either way. And then we're going to set our idle just right. We want these kind of hard to see. There's a transfer slot right here. And you want the very edge of the throttle blade to just barely let that be open. And that's where your throttle should be set. So we're going to set our idle to be right there. And we can adjust it a little bit as we need later. But that's where we're going to set it to start.
Got him.
We got to put the pressure regulator in and plumb it to the fuel make it happen or doodle timer thing over there. And then yeah, I think we're good after that, honestly. This one here. And the only other thing we've got left that we need to do is we need to fix the other line at the actual pump. Oh, that hose clamp's skipping. Okay, that's great. Then we'll need to get the fuel pump running. We should got to pull the air cleaner off here. And honestly, ideally with the engine running too. Although I guess it won't really matter. Get the fuel pump running and set the pressure to be where we need it to be. Helps to put the hose clamp on first. Okay. What else do we need to do? Oh, we need to fix that in the back. Okay, we're gonna go to the back now. Watch
It's a good looking car, honestly.
the hoses and tell me if they start shooting out fuel. And
Like you can make a little Hall effect sensor on one of these in front of one of these pulleys. Looking just as a bitch goes past it.
these are keyed on, I believe. I'm gonna check and make sure, but I'm pretty sure this red wire and this yellow wire have 12 volt when the key is on,
Okay.
and not when the key is off. And so I'll just run that to the back of the relay here. So the pump's just on when the key's on. Oh, it's untouched. Yeah. It's been so hot I haven't driven it at all.
Yeah, it's been hot, dude.
But we fired it up and moved it around a little bit here and there.
You want to check that fuse real quick?
The pump's running.
Oh, it is running?
Mm-hmm.
I will check the pump.
Let's see any action. Oh, got a drip.
Yeah.
A drip. No, I'm wrong.
Okay.
I looked down and saw it. Thought I saw a drip, but it didn't. Yeah, could maybe that thing be closed? Is that what?
Yeah, I haven't adjusted it. I'm trying to adjust it now.
Okay, cool.
You're good, Scott. Thank you.
What's your target? 40?
7.
7? So that literally is just single digits it's representing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The pump's still running.
Still nothing?
Nothing. They should have done all that long ago. Yeah, should only took like a second and a half for that.
Let's see if we do this, does fuel come out? No fuel coming out there.
You don't have a shut-off valve anywhere in between somewhere?
No. All right, let's go get 5 gallons.
Working like a bunny.
All right, I'm going to turn the key on.
Okay.
I'm just going to bump it on.
All right, here we go. We're gonna put a little light on it. You can see real well.
Very well.
Nothing.
Nothing. Let me listen to the pump back there. See if it still
Me too.
sounds exactly the same. All that matters is you get that side right. Damn!
Bam!
Muller, tight.
It's been on there for probably 30 years.
Yep, probably.
Already a whole year.
That looks like a 10.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Starting to come out?
Yeah, it's not
Right.
not clogged here.
Means the pump's working.
It's not clogged on this end though.
Well,
Is that not the input end though?
The output end. Okay. The only thing I could possibly think
You
is
stand on
that
this thing right here. Come over here and stand on that ramp.
somehow
see that all.
those ramps get used for that.
Huh?
Those ramps get used for that
Yes, you can-
so much more often than they actually get used as ramps.
Yeah, yeah. They're great stuff. You just gotta scoot it in more so you can look. Walk off real quick. I'll scoot it in more. Now you can stand on the tallest part. All right. Yeah, so you can see up here now. That's better than what you had. Is it totally blocked with a valve?
100%.
Yep.
Look,
Got a valve
look
in
in there. It's not a valve, I don't think. I think it's just blocked.
Oh wow, that thing is
I think we just-
totally gacked.
Put air to that, it fucking launches that shit.
Better watch out when you do that. Make sure you don't get another shot right back at you.
Oh, I'm gonna stick the air in the other end. Yeah, it's coming out the back.
Exactly. That's what I was afraid of.
All right, we'll get a pic.
Look at that shit. Lord have mercy.
You can see that.
You never noticed that shit when you put it in?
It's so crusty.
It's almost like a solid rock, bro.
That is wild.
Well, today's video is gonna be long.
There you go. Now we're cooking with gas, literally.
You got an irritation index.
Exactly.
If it reaches bedtime,
Unless
then
you see the chart goes like this.
you're
So the
cooked.
louder you get, the closer to bedtime you get. See what I mean? You know?
All right, check it out. Watch that line.
I'll get Carb and Carb.
I'm just gonna bump it just momentarily.
Yeah, the baby bump.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Isn't that a great idea for a bar? You just got a bunch of old truck fenders
Yeah.
and just put them together on a
Just
bar.
stand up, yeah, you could. And your goal's 9?
7.5.
7.5, okay. Probably gonna have to turn it back on.
It's on.
Oh, it is on?
It's running. Yeah.
Can't change it. Okay, now it's slowly starting to inch up. Ever so slowly. You're gonna have to keep going.
It's all good. I just don't want to overshoot it.
Yeah, no problem. It's like it's moving up with your movement. You know?
Yeah.
Coming up on 6, creeping up on it. There's 6. 7. That's 7.5.
All right, that's good. We will call it there. I do feel fuel right here. That's concerning.
Coming out of the threads.
Okay, so I'll give it another crank.
Yeah.
I really should take it off, like you said, and put a...
Put nylon tape. Oh, the other side's doing it too now.
Yeah.
Yep. Did it too. Get from the other side. This material will give eventually.
All right, I'm stopping there. Oh.
Oh, I see it. Number 3. Yeah.
On that side. Yeah. The gasket fell down for sure. 100%. That's exactly what it is.
Damn.
That's fixable. That's a
All
pain. That's fixable.
So really, it's really shooting out of that back one like a motherfucker, probably.
So there's the 2 right here in the middle, and the one here on the further back side. Yeah, whatever that is. Cylinder 5. Cylinder 5 is just dumping. Cylinder 3 seems like it's okay. Oh yeah, I can feel the gasket. I can feel the gasket under the exhaust.
But hey, simple fix on that. Just a pain in the ass having to undo all them bolts.
I don't have to take the whole thing out. I just had to break them all loose.
Yeah, take them. Well, you have to pull the bolts out of the one. No, you'd have to pull
just
it all
on the
way
on the
off
one.
They're
Nope.
all threads, right?
They're hooked on.
Oh, okay.
The gaskets are hooked on.
That's
So
cool. Simple fix.
damn, that's fucking annoying.
Hey man, this motherfucker starts right up there.
Got kind of crazy, got kind of dark, but we got it sort of right. The fuel lines leak really badly at the pressure regulator, and the exhaust manifold leaks really badly. I found where I had a gasket that is not set up properly, so we're not going to drive it primarily because of the fuel leakage, and we're just out of time to do any more work this episode. So that's where we're going to end it. And we will see you guys next week, and hopefully it'll be running and driving. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later.